Have you ever noticed how stiff and sluggish your body feels in the morning? Like it just doesn't want to get moving? You're not alone. For many people over 60, mornings can feel like a slow, painful start. The joints are creaky, the muscles feel tight, and even the act of standing up can feel like a chore. But what if I told you that just 5 gentle movements, done every morning, could help you feel more energized, more balanced, and even reduce your risk of falling? These aren't intense workouts or exercises that require a gym. In fact, they're simple, easy-to-follow stretches and motions you can do right in your bedroom or living room, without any equipment at all. They target the areas that tend to get tight or weak as we age: your neck, shoulders, knees, back, and ankles. And best of all, they take less than 5 minutes to do. You don't have to be flexible. You don't have to be in great shape. You just have to start gently and consistently. These 5 moves can help you stay independent, keep your muscles working properly, and improve your circulation. They're a quiet way to say good morning to your body and remind yourself that you still have the power to take care of it. If you've been looking for a way to feel stronger, move better, and protect your body from aging too fast, this video is for you. Stick around until the end, because I'll also show you how to turn these 5 moves into a simple morning routine you'll actually look forward to. I know you are a person who likes to watch videos quietly. If you have not liked and subscribed to the channel, now is a good time to do it because you are a kind person. If the video is helpful, press 1. If the video is not good enough or needs improvement, press 2. Thanks everyone. Now let's get started. Number 1, shoulder rolls. Wake up your upper body. Let me tell you about Mr. Harold. He's 74 years old and lives alone in a small town in Oregon. Every morning, Harold used to wake up with a tight, stiff feeling in his shoulders and upper back. Reaching for a cup in the kitchen cabinet or even putting on a jacket became a slow and uncomfortable process. His doctor didn't find anything seriously wrong. It was just part of aging, she said. But Harold didn't like the idea of just accepting it. One day during a senior wellness class at the local community center, someone introduced him to shoulder rolls. And what started as a simple movement turned into a daily habit that completely changed the way he felt each morning. So what's the deal with shoulder rolls? Why do they matter so much, especially as we get older? Scientifically speaking, as we age, the muscles and joints in our upper body, particularly around the shoulders and neck, tend to become less flexible and more prone to stiffness. That stiffness isn't just uncomfortable. It can lead to poor posture, reduced range of motion, and even contribute to problems like frozen shoulder or upper back pain. The shoulder joint is one of the most mobile joints in the human body, but it's also one of the most vulnerable to wear and tear. When you wake up in the morning, your body has been still for hours, and blood circulation is lower, especially in the extremities. That's why gentle movement is key to waking up those areas. Shoulder rolls are one of the simplest yet most effective ways to stimulate blood flow, lubricate the joints, and activate the muscles in your upper body. You don't need a mat, and you don't even have to get out of bed to do them. All you have to do is sit or stand tall, relax your arms by your side, and begin rolling your shoulders slowly up, back, and down in a circular motion. Do this for 10 slow, deep breaths. Then reverse the direction, roll your shoulders forward for another 10 breaths. Here's a tip. Focus on moving slowly and smoothly. Don't rush. Feel the sensation of your shoulder blades gliding along your back, and imagine tension melting away with each circle. Breathe deeply as you move. Inhale as your shoulders lift. Exhale as they roll down. It may seem too easy to make a difference, but once you start doing this daily, you'll notice how much looser your shoulders feel. You might even feel taller, more upright, and less tense throughout the day. Another great benefit? Shoulder rolls help improve posture. Many seniors tend to develop a forward head posture or rounded shoulders from years of sitting or looking down. That posture can lead to headaches, neck pain, and fatigue. Shoulder rolls gently pull your shoulders back into alignment and remind your body what good posture feels like. Harold now does his shoulder rolls every morning, even before he brushes his teeth. It's like hitting the reset button, he says. I feel more awake, more open, and my shoulders don't ache like they used to. So why not try it right now? Roll your shoulders slowly, back and down, and see how it feels. You might be surprised at how much relief such a simple motion can bring. Have you ever tried shoulder rolls before? If you have, did you feel a difference? And if not, are you willing to give it a try tomorrow morning? Next up, we'll move slightly higher, to a part of your body that holds a lot of tension and affects your balance more than you might think. Let's talk about the neck. Number 2, neck tilts. Improve blood flow and ease tension. Mrs. Eleanor, a 69-year-old retired librarian, used to dread mornings, not because she didn't sleep well, but because of the stiffness in her neck. Every time she turned her head to the left or right, she felt a tight pull that made her wince. Driving became uncomfortable, reading was tiring, and she even found herself avoiding conversations because turning to look at someone hurt. She thought this was just part of aging, something she had to live with. But one day during a gentle yoga class at her senior center, the instructor led a few slow neck tilts. Eleanor was amazed. Just a few mindful movements, tilting her head from side to side, brought noticeable relief. That's when she realized how much tension she had been carrying and how powerful these small moves could be. As we grow older, the neck becomes one of the most tension-filled areas of the body. Whether it's from years of poor posture, looking down at books or screens, or sleeping in awkward positions, our neck muscles can become tight and stiff. And when the neck is tense, it doesn't just affect how we move. It can cause headaches, dizziness, and even affect our balance. That's right, your neck plays a crucial role in keeping you steady on your feet. Here's why. Inside your neck are important blood vessels that supply oxygen to your brain. When your neck is tense or misaligned, it can reduce circulation and make you feel lightheaded or foggy. That's why gentle neck movements, like neck tilts, are so helpful. They don't just stretch tight muscles, they also help improve blood flow, reduce stress, and support better balance and coordination. So how do you do a neck tilt properly? Sit or stand up straight in a relaxed, comfortable position. Let your arms rest by your sides. Slowly and gently tilt your head toward your right shoulder, as if trying to bring your ear closer, without lifting the shoulder. You don't need to go far, just until you feel a light stretch on the opposite side. Hold this position for a count of 5, breathing slowly and deeply. Then return your head to the center and repeat on the left side. Do this tilt 3 to 5 times per side. It's important not to force the movement. Don't push or pull your head. Just let gravity do the work. Keep your shoulders relaxed and your movements slow and steady. This isn't a race. It's a gentle invitation to your neck to open up and let go of tension. One little tip Eleanor loves. She pairs her neck tilts with deep breathing. She inhales as she lifts her head, exhales as she tilts, and focuses on releasing stress with every breath. "It's my quiet moment," she says. "Just me, my breath, and the feeling of my neck letting go." In just a week of doing neck tilts every morning, Eleanor noticed she could turn her head more easily. Her shoulders dropped naturally, her balance improved, and she stopped getting those nagging headaches. It became a peaceful ritual, a reminder that small movements can have a big impact. Have you noticed any tension in your neck lately? Try this gentle tilt tomorrow morning and see how it feels. You might be surprised at how much lighter and clearer your head becomes, not just physically, but mentally too. Now that we've loosened up the neck and shoulders, let's move on to an area that often gets overlooked, but plays a huge role in your strength and stability. Get ready for the next movement. Knee lifts. Number 3, knee lifts. Activate core and strengthen balance. Mr. Luis, a 72-year-old grandfather and former construction worker, used to think leg strength was only important for athletes. "I'm not climbing ladders anymore," he'd joke. But after a small stumble while getting out of his car, a stumble that nearly sent him falling onto the pavement, he realized something wasn't quite right. His legs didn't feel as steady as they used to. His doctor told him what many older adults eventually hear: "You're losing muscle strength and balance." That's when Luis decided to take matters into his own hands. A physical therapist recommended one simple move: morning knee lifts. Luis was skeptical at first, but after just 2 weeks, he noticed that climbing stairs became easier, and more importantly, he felt more in control of his body. Knee lifts may look simple, but they target several essential muscle groups: the thighs, the hip flexors, the lower abdomen, and even the stabilizing muscles around your ankles and core. When you lift your knee, you're not just working the leg, you're firing up your entire midsection, which helps improve posture, reduce lower back strain, and strengthen the muscles responsible for keeping you balanced. That's why this one small movement can make such a big difference in daily life. Whether you're getting up from a chair, stepping into the shower, or going for a walk. Let's talk science for a moment. After age 60, our bodies naturally lose muscle mass, a condition known as sarcopenia. Without regular movement, this muscle loss can accelerate, leading to weakness, instability, and a higher risk of falls. The hips and thighs are among the first areas to weaken, and once they do, basic tasks become harder, even dangerous. Knee lifts help counteract that process by gently rebuilding strength and coordination. They also improve blood circulation to the legs, which is especially important if you sit for long periods. Here's how to do it. Stand tall near a sturdy chair, countertop, or wall for support. Slowly lift your right knee up toward your chest, as high as is comfortable, while keeping your back straight and your abdominal muscles gently engaged. Hold for a second or two, then lower it back down with control. Repeat on the left side. Start with 8 to 10 lifts per leg. If standing is difficult, this movement can also be done seated by lifting one knee at a time off the ground and holding it briefly in the air. The key is to move slowly and intentionally. Don't rush. This isn't about speed, it's about control and connection. Imagine that each lift is strengthening the foundation of your body, one movement at a time. Focus on your breath as you move. Inhale as you prepare. Exhale as you lift. Luis now does his knee lifts every morning, right after brushing his teeth. It's like jump-starting the engine, he says with a grin. My legs wake up, and I feel steadier before I even pour my coffee. He's even noticed that his lower back pain has decreased, and walking around the grocery store doesn't wear him out like it used to. If you've ever felt wobbly on your feet or nervous about losing your balance, this one move can truly be a game changer. It doesn't take long. It doesn't require fancy equipment. Just your body and your willingness to take a step or a lift toward better strength and stability. What about you? Have you tried lifting your knees lately? Give it a go tomorrow morning. You might be surprised at how strong your body still is. And now let's move to the next area. One we often forget until it starts causing problems. It's time to wake up your ankles and feet with the heel stretch. Number 4, heel stretch. Loosen the ankles and prevent falls. For 70-year-old Margaret, a retired school teacher who loved gardening, everything changed the day she slipped on a curb and twisted her ankle. It wasn't a bad fall, but it shook her confidence. It wasn't just the pain she shared, it was the fear that it could happen again anytime. Her physical therapist explained something she hadn't considered. The tightness and weakness in her ankles were contributing to poor balance. You need to wake up your feet and ankles every morning, he said, and it starts with a simple heel stretch. That advice turned into a habit and a turning point. Most people don't realize how critical the ankles and feet are until they start causing trouble. These joints are your direct connection to the ground. They help you stand, walk, shift your weight, and recover if you lose balance. As we age, the tendons and ligaments in the lower leg and ankle can become stiff, especially after long periods of rest like sleep. This stiffness limits flexibility, delays reaction time, and increases the risk of trips and falls, one of the leading causes of injury among older adults. But here's the good news. You don't have to accept stiff ankles as your new normal. The heel stretch is a gentle, easy way to improve ankle flexibility, strengthen your calves, and give your feet the mobility they need to keep you upright and moving confidently. Here's how to do it. Stand tall while facing a wall or holding the back of a chair for support. Step 1 foot back, keeping it flat on the floor, and bend the front knee slightly, like a mini lunge. The back leg should stay straight, heel pressing gently into the floor. You'll feel a light stretch in your calf and ankle. Hold this position for about 15 to 20 seconds, breathing slowly and deeply. Then switch legs. Repeat 2 or 3 times on each side. It's important not to bounce or force the stretch. Let gravity and your breath do the work. As you breathe in, imagine creating space in the back of your leg. As you breathe out, feel the tension slowly releasing. Over time, you'll notice more flexibility and better control in your movements. Heel stretches also improve proprioception, your body's ability to sense its position in space. That's why this simple stretch doesn't just help your ankles. It helps your entire sense of balance. Think of it as laying a strong foundation every morning so the rest of your body can move with more confidence. Margaret now includes heel stretches in her morning routine right before she heads out to tend her rose bushes. My legs feel lighter and I don't worry as much about stepping on uneven ground, she says with a smile. It's like my feet know where they're going now. And here's a bonus. Heel stretches also help with circulation. If you ever wake up with cold feet or tingling toes, this stretch can help get blood flowing again. That means more oxygen to the muscles, more warmth, and less chance of cramping. So the next time you get out of bed and feel that stiffness in your lower legs, don't ignore it. Try a simple heel stretch. Just a few slow breaths and gentle movements can bring more life to your step and peace to your mind. Have you ever noticed your ankles feeling stiff in the morning? Do you think your balance could use a boost? This might be the missing piece. Next, we'll move on to one of the most relaxing and revitalizing morning movements. One that gently wakes up your spine, massages your internal organs, and helps you start the day with ease. The gentle spine twist. Number 5, gentle spine twists. Wake up the back and improve digestion. Mr. Charles, an 80-year-old retired postman, used to wake up feeling like his entire torso was locked in place. It was like I had to warm up my back just to tie my shoes, he laughed. For years, he thought the stiffness was just part of growing old, something he had to live with. But after reading about the benefits of gentle spine twists, he gave them a try. Sitting at the edge of his bed, rotating gently from side to side. To his surprise, it didn't just make his back feel looser, his digestion improved too. I wasn't expecting that, he said, but suddenly I wasn't feeling as bloated after breakfast, and I moved better the rest of the day. As we age, the spine tends to lose some of its natural flexibility, especially if we spend much of the day sitting or moving less than we used to. Morning stiffness in the back is one of the most common complaints among older adults, and unfortunately, it often leads to poor posture, difficulty breathing deeply, and even digestive problems. That's because the spine isn't just about structure. It's home to the central nervous system and is closely connected to internal organs. When your spine is tight or compressed, everything from circulation to digestion can be affected. That's where gentle spine twists come in. This simple movement helps restore mobility to your middle and lower back, massages the organs in your abdomen, and even stimulates your internal systems, including your gut. It's like giving your spine and your digestive tract a friendly wake-up call. Here's how to do it safely and effectively. Sit comfortably at the edge of a firm chair or even the side of your bed with your feet flat on the ground. Sit tall, lengthening your spine upward. Then gently turn your upper body to the right, placing your left hand on your right knee and your right hand behind you for support. Hold the twist for 10 to 15 seconds, breathing slowly and deeply. Return to center, then repeat the same twist on the other side. The key is to move gently and never force the rotation. This is not a crack your back movement. It's a soft, mindful way to coax mobility back into your spine. As you twist, try to imagine your spine unwinding like a ribbon. Feel your shoulders relax, your chest open, and your breath deepen. Spinal twists also support digestive health. By gently compressing and releasing the abdominal area, they help stimulate the movement of food and waste through the intestines. If you've ever felt sluggish or constipated in the mornings, this movement might be a natural way to get things flowing again. No pills or fiber drinks required. Mr. Charles now does his spine twists every morning while listening to the birds outside his window. "It's become a ritual," he says. "My back feels younger, and I don't start the day feeling stiff and stuck anymore." He even finds that his mood improves. "Something about that full body breath and movement just makes me feel more alive." If you've been struggling with morning stiffness, shallow breathing, or digestive discomfort, this simple movement might offer more relief than you expect. It's a great way to center yourself both physically and mentally before you move into the rest of your day. Have you tried a spinal twist before? How does your back feel in the morning? Why not give it a try tomorrow, even if just for a few gentle breaths? Now that you've learned all 5 of these simple but powerful morning moves, let's talk about how to tie them together into one easy, 5-minute morning routine that's not only doable, but something you'll actually look forward to. Number 6, how to build a 5-minute morning routine that lasts. When Mrs. Darlene turned 75, she made a quiet promise to herself. "I want to wake up every morning feeling a little more in control of my body." For years, she had started her day rushing to make coffee, checking her phone, and sitting in silence with a growing list of aches. But after seeing a video about short morning stretches for seniors, she decided to try something different. "I told myself, just 5 minutes, that's all." What began as a hesitant experiment became a treasured part of her day. Not only did she stick with it, she actually looked forward to it. And you can too. The biggest challenge for most people isn't finding the time, it's building the habit. We all know how easy it is to get excited about something new, only to forget about it after a few days. That's why it's so important to keep things simple, enjoyable, and tied to something you already do every morning. That's the secret to making your 5-minute routine stick. Let's start by choosing the right time. When you first wake up, your body is still in a resting state. That's the perfect window for gentle movement. Instead of jumping out of bed and rushing to the kitchen, pause for just a moment. Sit up, take a deep breath, and begin your first move, shoulder rolls. From there, you can flow right into neck tilts, knee lifts, heel stretches, and finally a calming spine twist. The key is not perfection, it's presence. Simply doing each move slowly, with your breath and without judgment. Here's a practical approach that works for many people. Stack your habit. This means connecting your stretch routine with something you already do daily. For example, do the 5 moves after brushing your teeth or before your morning coffee. You can even place a sticky note near your nightstand that says, "Move first, coffee second." These little reminders train your brain to associate movement with reward. Another helpful tip is to use a timer or calming music. Set a 5-minute playlist with gentle instrumental music and let it guide your rhythm. Each move can last about 1 minute. When the music ends, you're done. No pressure, no thinking, just flow. Or you could count slow breaths. For example, 10 slow breaths per stretch to keep things consistent and mindful. Darlene made her routine more personal by keeping it joyful. She opens her curtains, lets in the morning light, and lights a lavender candle while she moves. "It makes the morning feel like mine again," she says. "It's not about exercise. It's about starting my day with care." You don't need fancy yoga mats or workout clothes. All you need is a small space and a willingness to show up for yourself. And if you miss a day, that's okay. Just come back to it the next morning. There's no guilt here, only gentle progress. And the benefits? They add up quickly. Within a few weeks, you may notice more energy, better balance, improved mood, and less stiffness in your joints. But the biggest reward is how empowered you'll feel, knowing that you're doing something, however small, to care for your body every single day. So ask yourself, can you give yourself 5 minutes tomorrow morning? Can you trade a few minutes of scrolling or sitting for a moment of healing movement? If the answer is yes, you're already on your way. In the next section, we'll talk about a few common mistakes people make when doing morning stretches, and how you can avoid them so your routine stays safe, effective, and enjoyable. Number 7, common mistakes to avoid when doing morning stretches. When Mr. Allen, a 78-year-old former jazz musician, first started his morning stretching routine, he approached it with the same energy he once brought to his saxophone solos. bold, fast, and full of passion. He was eager to do it right and prove that he still had it. So he dove into his shoulder rolls with intensity, jerked into his spine twists, and lifted his knees with a force that would make a young athlete proud. But after just a few days, his enthusiasm turned into stiffness, and by the end of the week, he was nursing a sore neck and a throbbing lower back. "I thought stretching was supposed to help me," he muttered. That's when his daughter, a physical therapist, stepped in. With a few simple corrections and a softer approach, Alan not only recovered, but fell into a new rhythm, one of care, patience, and consistency. And most importantly, he started to enjoy the routine. This is a common experience for many older adults. The desire to improve is powerful, but sometimes it leads us to push too hard, too fast, or with unrealistic expectations. Morning stretches are meant to be gentle wake-up calls for your body, not a test of strength or flexibility. So let's take a moment to walk through the most common mistakes people make when stretching in the morning and how to avoid them. The first and most frequent mistake is moving too quickly. When you've just woken up, your muscles are cold and your joints haven't been active for hours. Fast or jerky movements can cause tiny strains that build up over time. Instead of waking up your body, you end up aggravating it. Stretching in the morning is like speaking softly to someone who's just opened their eyes, calm, patient, and respectful. Each movement should feel like a gentle invitation, not a demand. Let your body ease into the day, not be startled by it. The second mistake is holding your breath. This often happens without even realizing it. You concentrate on the movement so much that you forget to breathe. But your breath is the fuel behind your motion. Breathing deeply helps your muscles relax, delivers oxygen to your tissues, and supports your nervous system. A simple rule: inhale as you prepare, exhale as you stretch. Imagine sending breath into the parts of your body that feel tight. It makes a real difference. Another issue is overstretching, trying to go too far, too fast. Many people believe that the deeper the stretch, the better the result. But that mindset can lead to pulled muscles and soreness, especially for seniors. Stretching is not about forcing, it's about feeling. You should aim for a gentle pull, not pain. Pain is your body's way of saying, "That's too much." Listen to it. There's no race, no audience, and no need to prove anything. You're not trying to do a backbend, you're just giving your body space to open up. Let's also talk about posture mistakes. Even a simple movement like a shoulder roll or neck tilt can lose its benefit if your spine is slouched or your shoulders are hunched. When your posture is misaligned, the wrong muscles end up doing the work, and tension builds in places it shouldn't. Always begin with a solid base. Sit or stand tall, feet flat on the floor, shoulders relaxed. Engage your belly gently like you're zipping up a light jacket. This helps your spine stay stable and your movements stay safe. One mistake that's often overlooked is skipping the routine altogether because of one missed day. Maybe you wake up late, or you're traveling, or you're just not feeling it. That's okay. But many people fall into the trap of thinking, "I missed a day, I've failed," and give up entirely. The truth is, building a lasting routine is more about getting back on track than staying perfectly on track. If you miss a day, just begin again the next day. Your body doesn't need perfection, it needs consistency over time. There's also the mental mistake of treating stretching like a chore. If you approach your morning movements as something to get through, they won't give you nearly as much benefit as when you treat them like a gift. These few minutes are time just for you, a small investment in your mobility, your energy, and your confidence. Light a candle, open a window, play some soft music, make it special. Like Mr. Allen eventually did, you might find that it becomes one of your favorite parts of the day. And finally, perhaps the most important mistake to avoid, not listening to your body. Every day is different. Some mornings you'll feel looser, other days more stiff. Don't force your way through discomfort. Modify. Skip a movement if needed. Do fewer repetitions. Your body speaks. Honor its voice. This flexibility of mind is just as important as flexibility of body. Mr. Allen now moves through his morning routine with grace and gratitude. I used to stretch like I was in a hurry, he laughs. Now I stretch like I'm saying good morning to every part of me. So what about you? Have you noticed yourself rushing, holding your breath, or trying to do too much too soon? Tomorrow morning, try going just a little slower. Breathe a little deeper. Smile a little more. You might be surprised at how something so small can feel so good. Now that you know what to avoid, let's bring everything together. In the final part, we'll wrap up this journey and talk about how these small morning movements can lead to big, life-changing results for your body and mind. Conclusion. So here we are. You've made it through all 5 of the gentle morning movements, plus the tips to make them last. Maybe you started this video thinking, can a few stretches really make a difference? But now you know better. You've seen how something as simple as rolling your shoulders or lifting your knees can wake up muscles, improve your balance, ease stiffness, and even support digestion. These aren't just exercises, they're a way of telling your body, I'm still here and I still care. As we age, it's easy to feel like our bodies are slipping out of our control. But routines like this, short, gentle, and consistent, remind us that we still have power. We can still move with purpose. We can still choose to start each day with care instead of complaint. The best part? It only takes 5 minutes. You don't need to be flexible. You don't need to be strong. You just need to show up for yourself. One breath, one stretch, one morning at a time. And let's not forget the deeper benefits. Beyond the physical relief, this routine helps restore confidence. It gives you a sense of rhythm, of renewal, and of calm. It's a moment to reconnect with your body, your breath, and the quiet wisdom that comes from listening within. So tomorrow morning, before the world gets noisy, give yourself those 5 minutes. Let your body move. Let your breath guide you. Let your mind settle into peace. This isn't just about staying mobile. It's about aging with grace, strength, and intention. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope these simple moves become a comforting and empowering part of your morning, just like they have done for so many others. And always remember, it's never too late to start something good for your body. Your future self will thank you. Take care, stay gentle with yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. We really appreciate you spending time with us today. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a like and hit that subscribe button. It's a simple way to support our work, and it helps more people discover the tips they need to live healthier, happier lives. And if you want to stay up to date, just click the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. See you again soon.